Hello, my name is Dr. Lauren Pilgrim. I am a naturopathic physician, a graduate of Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine and Health Sciences in Tempe, Arizona, and a transplant from outside Boston, Massachusetts. I first began practicing medicine in Scottsdale, Arizona, before taking the plunge and moving up the hill to majestic Sedona, Arizona in 2009. Over time, I have come to understand that all patients have the same general frustration. They do not feel heard. If a patient's needs are not heard, they cannot be helped. For this reason, we specialize in treating people and not conditions. I prefer difficult to diagnose cases as just an example of my love of conundrums, enigmas, and other puzzles which require good detective work in order to solve the problem. Our ideal medical patient is one who has been to doctor after doctor and still has no idea what is wrong and why they don't feel well. Another big frustration of patients in general is that when they start over with a new doctor, they have to jump through all of the same hoops all over again. If you have been to many doctors and no one has tried anything new, you've come to the right place. We do not need to reinvent the wheel here. If you already know what it isn't, let's focus on trying to figure out what it is. Other than gathering new blood work to analyze, you can expect a fresh perspective, decisive treatment protocols, and a collaborative attitude. Because of the quarantine, the stay-at-home orders, and the sheer number of people disregarding the basic facts regarding virus transmission, we have also decided to open up a new focus of treatment for mental health. While I have been practicing therapy, compassion, acceptance, and tolerance since I can remember, no matter what you are struggling with, believe me, I have either experienced it myself or I have worked with someone firsthand with the exact same issues. There is no topic I have not discussed with a patient over the years, from the most mundane to the most embarrassing. As a naturopathic physician and certified cognitive behavioral therapist provider, it is my job to remain impartial, analyze the information you provide, and help guide you to goals that are established collaboratively and approved by you. I am very good at this. If you feel like your emotions are controlling you rather than the other way around, please contact us. I can help. Today's webinar topic is healthy snacking. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. If you give me one moment. Okay, healthy snacking 101. Again, my name is Dr. Lauren Pilgrim, and I'm thrilled to have you join me. I love encouraging people to change their lives for the better through healthy eating. After all, we all eat anyway. Why not make our food work for us? Why is snacking important? According to the USDA, the average American eats at least 2 snacks daily. These 2 snacks account for nearly 1/4 of our daily calorie intake. So what this means is, of a 2,000 calorie diet, nearly 500 calories comes from snacking alone. The New Oxford American Dictionary defines snack in 2 different ways. First, a small amount of food eaten between meals. The second, a light meal eaten in a hurry or in a casual manner. So these are 2 completely different concepts, although both are clearly describing what a snack is. More and more, however, people are thinking of full meals as snacks. So what I mean is, instead of noshing on just enough fuel to take the edge off your hunger and get us through to the next meal, we continue to eat until we feel full, just like we do with a full meal. What then is the purpose of the snack versus the meal? Because snacking contributes to such a large portion of our caloric intake, it is important for us to choose healthier items to ensure adequate, if not optimal, nutrient intake. Additional benefits to healthy snacking include sustained energy levels, recovery from exercise, and of course, weight maintenance, all of which we will discuss further in the upcoming slides. Since it's not supposed to be a full meal and the object is to provide the necessary energy to keep us working efficiently, snack time is a great opportunity for increasing the intake of nutrient-dense foods. These are foods which provide a healthy ratio of vitamins, minerals, and fiber to the number of calories. So the ratio is the vitamins, minerals, and fiber to the number of calories. The USDA recommends vegetables, fruits, whole grains, seafood, eggs, beans, nuts, and seeds as the most nutritious, nutrient-dense foods. In comparison, empty calorie foods are those offering little to no nutritional value, but have a high calorie intake. Many illnesses have been linked to inadequate intake of such nutrient-dense foods. Chronic illnesses such as obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, dental problems, and osteoporosis are all related to diet and are the most common cause of death in the world, which is a shame because many of us have a choice what we put in our mouths. To put it simply, choosing a healthy snack option instead of empty calories can improve overall health and help limit the risk of chronic disease. Getting energy from our foods is not about finding today's trendy superfood, nor is it about getting a quick sugar fix. What we are talking about here today is consuming healthy options around the clock. Snacking regularly throughout the day can keep energy levels high. So what do I mean when I say snacking? Let me start here instead. What do you think of when I say snack? Did you picture that bag of chips, a protein bar like Cliff, Kind, Atkins, or Lara? Maybe a salad or leftovers from lunch? Did you think of a Red Bull or a Monster drink, an apple, trail mix? Or did you picture donuts, cakes, or other sugary confections? I can tell you, caffeine-filled drinks or that sprinkled glazed donut won't do our bodies any good in the long run or even in the short term. While sugar can raise our blood sugars quickly, giving us the illusion of an energy boost, sugar also slows down the body and leaves you feeling more tired and hungry than before you ate. So what happens is we get this huge spike of sugar in the blood, which triggers insulin. Insulin naturally pushes the sugar out of the blood and into the cells, where it can be used for immediate fuel. However, most of us are not in need of that many calories for immediate manual or physical labor. And the subsequent drop in sugar in the blood becomes unbalanced with the sugar in the cells, and we literally begin to crash. We are no longer able to think clearly. We become irritable and irritated with trifles. Our work suffers. A headache begins or gets worse, and we still feel hungry. Conversely, high fiber protein snacks do not promote this spike in the blood sugar, which prevents the subsequent energy crash. This, of course, is what we want. Our snacks should be chock full of proteins, fibers, and good healthy fats, which allows us to digest slowly, keeping us feeling full longer. So to break that down further, proteins, which would include which would be your meats, eggs, tofu, what have you. Fibers and complex carbohydrates would include any types of vegetables, fruits, beans and legumes of all kinds, nuts and seeds, as well as whole grains. And good healthy fats would include avocados, nuts, sardines, and of course, nut butters. Our blood sugar levels is what indicates to our brain when it's time to eat. After eating, blood sugars will rise and then slowly decrease over time. As levels dip, fatigue and tiredness, of course, set in. Snacking in appropriate manners will help prevent these levels from dropping too dramatically in between meals, keeping our energy levels more stable and allowing us to be more productive throughout the day. Recovery from exercise is its own kind of animal. The purpose of nutrition in conjunction with working out is to provide a steady stream of energy for muscles during the workout and to ensure a fast recovery of those muscles without injury. Healthy snacking following a vigorous workout will replenish energy stores and speed up muscle recovery. But what about fuel for the workout? How does one prepare properly prior to working out? I will tell you what I tell all of my patients and my husband. Let me help you get into the best shape you can be in before you go out and hurt yourself. Play hard. This way, if you do hurt yourself, it will be to a much lesser degree because you were less broken to begin with. Activities such as weightlifting or running create stress in the body, and proper preparation, in addition to appropriate recovery, will allow tissues to heal, leading to better all performance over time. The pre-workout meal aims to provide the body with energy needed during that training. Carbohydrates with a low glycemic index, otherwise known as complex carbohydrates, are recommended because it will provide a steady flow of energy to the body. It is a common misconception that high-protein foods are the best for recovery. Vigorous workouts cause inflammation and a buildup of lactic acid. As proteins are acidic already, you are better off feeding your body something alkaline and anti-inflammatory immediately, followed by higher protein about 30 minutes later. However, there are research papers that allude to the fact that the post-workout meal is very important to restore glycogen reserves, the sugar reserves, in order to stop muscle breakdown and to initiate protein synthesis, which will begin muscle recovery after effort. So all of that just means that you should do a combination of carbohydrates plus protein following your workout to supply the proper nutrients to the muscles as soon as possible. So combining the carbohydrates with the proteins in the post-workout meal has the advantage of limiting muscle damage after exercise and accelerating the accumulation of proteins, which will lead to building muscle more appropriately after exercise. Weight maintenance. With weight maintenance, snack quality is the key. Frequent snacking on foods such as chips, cookies, and candy, which are highly processed, have empty calories and lack nutrients, including calcium, vitamin D, fiber, or iron. So these empty calorie, highly processed foods lack all of those things. However, balanced snacks help to fill in nutritional gaps and can actually help you to curb your appetite and prevent overeating at mealtime. So as I said earlier, snacks are merely meant to take the edge off our hunger. They are not meant to fill us up. They are only meant to provide immediate fuel to get us through until the next big meal. Feeling fuller from our snacks, right? So you're not feeling empty, you're not feeling tanked. Having this steady influx of energy will prevent you from getting too hungry and reaching for those high calorie, empty nutritional snack foods. The trick to this, however, is planning. Choosing a low-calorie, healthy snack will help you avoid eating too many empty calories, which will, of course, lead to unhealthy weight gain. And so those options are back to the ones that I listed off from the USDA. Those are eggs, dairy, lean meats, nuts, beans, all kinds of foods with higher in fiber, right? So fiber is the stringiness of our food. So beans, we know, are high in fiber. They're dense, they're chewy. It takes a lot to masticate them before you swallow. The same with vegetables. Celery is high in fiber, broccoli, cauliflower, leafy greens, lettuces. These are all high in fibers, and also fruits and whole grains would have many of those fiber qualities as well. Importance of planning. Where energy levels are sustained, we are less likely to get to be at the point of being hangry, right? Hangry is where we've dipped in our blood sugar, we're no longer making good decisions, and we will eat whatever is conveniently available and right at hand. And that leads us to the vending machines or the drive-through or any number of unhealthy options. So of course, planning starts at the grocery store. If you do not go to the grocery store with a list, you will fall victim to the same marketing ploys inside the grocery as you do inside your head at the vending machine. And then, of course, what you need to do is soon upon returning home from the grocery store, you need to make those snacks readily available. So preparation is meant for those snacks. If you're not going to cut the celery, if you're not going to put nut butters in that celery when you're hangry, then you need to have a few stalks cut into snack-sized pieces and already filled with those nut butters in a container in the fridge, so that when you are hungry and looking for that snack, you don't have to make it. You just have to reach in, pop open the lid, pull out one of those almond butter filled celery sticks or sesame seed filled celery sticks or what have you, and they're ready to go and you can munch on them immediately. So what should be included in a healthy snack? A healthy snack should include nutrient-dense foods, which are those packed with vitamins and minerals, whole grains and protein, and those that are low in sugar, fat, and salt. For maintaining a healthy weight, snacks should be 200 calories or less. The serving size and snack frequency are also important. So if you are going to eat a full 200 calorie snack, then you can only have 2 of those a day. If you're going to reduce that snack to closer to 50 and 75 calories at a time, then you can have more snacks at a time. Fruits and vegetables are great for snacking because they are naturally low in fat and contain numerous vitamins, minerals, and natural fiber. Fruits and vegetables are also easy to grab on the go, are easy to take portably, and have very little trash to deal with at the end. Whole grains are made up of bran, endosperm, and the germ itself. Refined grains lack the bran and the germ components, leaving only the endosperm behind. So let me define some of those definitions for you, or some of those words for you, in case you're not familiar with what the bran, the endosperm, and the germ of a whole grain might be. The bran is the hard outer shell. It contains fiber, minerals, and antioxidants. So this would be equivalent to the brown rice hull, as opposed to the refined white rice that would be inside that hull. The endosperm is the middle layer of the grain and is mostly made up of carbs, which would be the rice inside the hull, the white rice. The germ is the inner layer that has the vitamins, minerals, protein, and plant compounds. And there are many kinds of whole grains, which include oatmeal, millet, quinoa, brown rice, whole rye, wild rice, wheat berry, bulgur, buckwheat, and barley. Whole grains are high in many nutrients, including fiber, to help support healthy digestion. They also contain B vitamins, minerals such as zinc, iron, magnesium, and manganese, as well as protein. Replacing whole grains for refined grains may lower your risk for chronic illnesses such as heart disease, stroke, and obesity. Nut butters. As you heard me mention just a few minutes ago with the celery, there are many different types of nut butters, making peanut butter no longer the king. While still rich in protein, other nut butters pack a nutritious punch that can be made from various nuts and seed mixtures. Almond butter is a good source of healthy monosaturated fats, which are associated with lowering the risk of heart disease. Cashew butter is lower in fat than peanut and is a good source of minerals such as magnesium, iron, and selenium. Walnut butter provides a great source of vegetarian omega-3 fatty acids. Hazelnut butter is a good source of omega-6 fatty acids and is packed with protein, fiber, vitamin E, copper, and manganese. Sunflower seeds can also be processed into a smooth, spreadable alternative to nut butters and are a great nutritious choice for anyone with a tree nut allergy. Sunflower seed spreads can provide a good amount of fiber, magnesium, niacin, and the antioxidant vitamin E. You can, of course, choose to rotate these nut butters through your diet, and of course you would get then the wide variety of benefits that the different nuts tend to offer. Chia seeds are a nutrient-dense, energy-boosting powerhouse. So this is one of the superfoods, and it has originated in Mexico, where the Aztec warriors ate the chia seeds to give them the high energy and the endurance that they needed just to make it through their days. Chia seeds are super high in fiber. One serving can provide the recommended fiber intake for the entire day. The fiber-rich seeds help people feel fuller quicker because it absorbs a considerable amount of water and immediately expands in the stomach when eaten. And I will provide some of the recipes that I have here when I make the link available on YouTube tomorrow. Numerous studies have examined the benefits of chia seeds for insulin resistance, metabolism enhancement, bone strength, and for weight loss. So chia seeds provide support for all of those things. Fruit. Eating local seasonal fruit will provide the most amount of nutrients, and thankfully, most fruits are naturally low in fat, sodium, and calories, and free from any cholesterol. Fruits are sources of many essential nutrients that are often lacking in a typical diet, including potassium, fiber, vitamin C, and folic acid. Many fruits are rich in potassium, which can regulate blood pressure. These fruits include bananas, prunes, prune juice, dried peaches and apricots, cantaloupe, honeydew, and oranges. Vitamin C is important for growth and repair of all body tissues and helps heal cuts and wounds while keeping our teeth and gums healthy. Folic acid helps the body form red blood cells. Vegetables. Just like fruit, consuming local seasonal vegetables will provide the best amount of nutrients. Vegetables are also naturally low in fat, sodium, and calories and are free from cholesterol. Vegetables are an important source of many nutrients, including potassium, fiber, folic acid, vitamin A, and vitamin C. According to the USDA, dietary fiber from vegetables as a part of the overall healthy diet helps to reduce blood cholesterol levels and may lower risk for heart disease. So what happens is that fiber in the digestive system actually pulls those cholesterols in and binds them up, which helps the body to actually release them out of the body, right? So we want to get rid of some of those cholesterols, because a buildup of cholesterol is what causes the problem. Cholesterol in the body is natural and necessary. Cholesterol is what helps our blood cells and any cell be fluid, right? So as our cells are traveling through our blood system, there's times where they need to get skinny, and if our body didn't have enough cholesterol, then those cells wouldn't be able to change shape enough to be able to flow through our blood system, where difficulties arise. So an amount of cholesterol is definitely very necessary for the body. It's when the cholesterol level rises in the wrong amounts at the wrong ratios that they start to become a problem. Keeping your cholesterols in the healthy balances, in the healthy numbers, how we help our body do that is by eating good, healthy, natural fibers. Eggs provide a great source of inexpensive, high-quality protein, as well as B vitamins. The whites in particular are rich in selenium, vitamin D, B6, B12, and minerals such as zinc, iron, and copper. In the past, eggs were a concern about cholesterol levels. However, we now know cholesterol found in food has much less of effect on our blood cholesterol than the amount of saturated fats that we eat. So just like there are good healthy fats, such as those found in walnuts, and avocados, and other nuts and seeds, the cholesterol that is found in eggs is a good healthy cholesterol. And again, there is a certain amount of cholesterol that is necessary and needed for the body to function properly. Egg yolks are rich in fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K, and all of these are necessary for the body to function properly and to help protect our bones. Seafood. Now, I live in Arizona, which is a great big desert, but as I mentioned earlier, I am a transplant from outside of Boston, and fish and seafood is something that I miss terribly. So I am happy to let you know that the USDA recommends consuming 8 ounces of various seafood per week for the prevention of heart disease, as seafood contains a wide variety of minerals and healthy fats, notably the omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. Those are the essential fatty acids that you may have heard of. Top benefits of seafood includes essential nutrients, promoting heart health, boosting brain power, and improving immune function. The most common varieties consumed in the US that are high in EPA and DHA and lower in mercury include salmon, anchovies, herring, sardines, Pacific oysters, trout, and mackerel, both from the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. Most people don't think of seafood as a snack. However, this is a healthy alternative and can be easily integrated. For example, salmon-topped toast can be a great treat. Being a little Jewish girl myself, of course, I grew up on lox and bagels and sardines and cream cheese, 2 of my favorite snacks in the whole wide world. Beans. All legumes, such as kidney, black, white, and red beans, chickpeas, and lentils, they confer numerous health benefits when consumed weekly. They are associated with a decreased risk of colorectal adenomas, otherwise known as polyps, which in turn may lower the risk of colorectal cancer and the risk of coronary heart disease. Beans are hearty and are a good alternative to high-fat protein sources, such as red meat. Beans are the least expensive source of protein and contain a powerhouse of nutrients, including fiber, antioxidants, an array of vitamins and minerals, such as copper, folate, iron, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, and zinc. Beans are extremely versatile, and they are great in just about anything, including hummus, soups, salads, stews, chilies. You can add them to pasta, and you can even use them on their own as a side dish. There's no limit to how you can use the bean, the type of bean. There's just so many choices. Yogurt. One thing to keep in mind when choosing a good quality yogurt is that not all yogurts are created equal. Many yogurts available today are laden with added sugars and color agents. What you want is a plain or an original flavored yogurt. Look for the words live and active cultures on the container to ensure that your yogurt contains probiotics. I'm going to repeat that. Look for the words live and active cultures on the container if you are looking for yogurt that contains probiotics. The probiotics are, of course, the good for you bacteria that live in your digestive system and actually digest your food for you so that you can extract the nutrients from that digested food. These probiotics, these healthy bacteria, helps to crowd out harmful microorganisms that can cause intestinal infections. So you want a healthy ratio of good bacteria living in your gut so that when nasty bacteria try to get in and take over, they have a much harder time trying to do so. Other nutrients that can be found in yogurt include calcium, B vitamins, phosphorus, magnesium, potassium, and vitamin D. And of course, as you may already suspect or know, yogurt is a great on-the-go snack because it's portable, it's easy to throw away when you're done, and you generally don't have to have too much muss or fuss or preparation ahead of time. Toast topper recipes. So we all know that the avocado toast has been up and coming in the world. As we mentioned earlier, topping that toast with some salmon or some lox or some sardines or some mackerel or even some trout. Some of those fishes can even be found pre-canned and easily portable and transferable and eaten as a snack in cans, much like sardines come. So in the same section of the store where you find the sardines, you might also find smoked trout in oil or in water. You can also find sardines that are packed in tomato sauce or lemon juice, other flavors that might help that be more palatable. But sardines, in addition to being high in that good omega healthy fats, you also have, with the sardines as well as the salmon, the canned salmon, you have those nice bones in there that are tender enough to be chewed up, ground up, and masticated. And when you introduce those things to your body, the calcium richness of the bones can be the biggest added benefit to your osteoporosis regimen that you could ever imagine. I have other recipes here, as you can see from the screen, toast topper recipes, and I will, of course, make those all available with the recording link tomorrow. So DIY snacks, again, I will have recipes available, but the easiest ones would be trail mixes. And of course, all you have to do is buy the individual ingredients for the trail mix that you personally enjoy. So I know that a lot of people like to mix in chocolate drops or M&Ms or things into their trail mix because those quick drops of sugar while you are actually physically working, such as hiking or rock climbing or whatever physical manual thing that you are doing, those quick drops of sugar will be immediately used. And so you don't have to worry about your body storing that sugar and turning it into fat. But make sure that your trail mix has a good amount of protein, fats, fibers, and nutritious elements in addition to those sugary substances. And if you're like me, chocolate isn't going to do it. It's too sweet in my mouth. I don't have that kind of sweet tooth. So when I sugar up my trail mix, it's going to be with dried fruit, such as cherries in my case, or apricots. I might even put some yogurt drops in if it's going to be a strenuous hike. But those kinds of things will, anything that you enjoy, that's going to be what your trail mix is going to make you happiest. And then you'll just nosh on it. You'll just have little handfuls here and there as you continue to work through your day. DIY snacks, and then so some of these are for at home and some of these are for portable, and I will make all of these recipes available. Snacks to plan ahead. So I grew up with this one, and I didn't even, it was here in my script, I didn't even have to come up with it. English muffin pizzas was one of my favorite childhood memories. In the little toaster oven, you don't even have to heat up the whole house with a big oven. You can just pile up on your English muffins or bagel, or even just toast if you wanted to use Ezekiel bread instead. And of course, it's cheese and sauce. And if you wanted to add extra toppings, you could add toppings such as spinach, green peppers, broccoli, olives, tomatoes. Of course, the choice is yours. Let's see what else is in here. No bake energy bites, which is what would be in the picture. And those would be made up of oatmeal or oats, maybe some coconut flakes, maybe some nut butter, some ground flax seeds, raisins or craisins, or any kind of dried fruit like the cherries, and chia seeds. So all of these together would pack an interesting texture in your mouth, give a nice crunch, make you feel like you ate something hearty. And again, we're talking about snacks and not meals. So these are quick, efficient, nutrient-dense fuels to keep your body moving while you're hiking, while you're working, while you're doing manual labor. They're not meant to be meals. They're meant to get you through until you can get to your next meal. So thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I love informing viewers of the benefits of healthy eating, and I hope that you learned some fun new snack ideas to try at home. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We can be reached at the office at 928-203-4200, 928-203-4200. Our email is info@thecenterofbalanceclinic.com, info@thecenterofbalanceclinic.com. That is also our website, thecenterofbalanceclinic.com. Most of the website is still under construction. We do have some interesting and vital information, as well as links to the online store. If you go to the supplements and nutraceuticals page, you will find a link to our viral immune support protocol. You will also find a link to the online store that contains a 15% off link. So when you follow that link and you create yourself an account, you are welcome to buy the recommended viral support nutrients, as well as anything else that you might need to support yourself, as in the regular vitamins, all of which will be 15% off. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I hope you join us in 2 weeks for our next live webinar event, Cultivating Empathy. Thank you. Have a great day.